should I give this Hyojong Cheonshim stick to her? Then there must be someone accusing about this. So I told this second gens who's getting revelations, can I give this Hyojong Cheonshim stick to this sister? Then I'm gonna give one for her mother, one for the mother, and one for the daughter, because no one in Russia received this Hyojong Cheonshim stick. So we're gonna give this purple jacket because no one of them in Russia did. So great work will happen in Russia if I do so. Do you believe that? 11-year-old, the confession, the faithful was amazing. I'm ready to file up to make the mountain. That when you offer devotion, there must be a rope coming down from heaven. Hold that rope. A rattle will come down from heaven. So you should go up with that rattle, offer devotion endlessly, never-ending devotion. The mobilization, the presence of our absolute good spirits will be there. For that devotion, I'm ready to make the mountain of Cheongsong. That she's just 11 years old. And she was desperately praying in every visual devotion she testified. Her mother. A great round of applause for this mother and younger sister. Our assembly participants came back from Mona Park, and they said the visual is for free. Then how many assembly participants joined this night visual devotion? So please count them. Yeah, they just have raised their hands. So yeah, a lot of you guys are joining the special visual devotion. How many are you guys? Even though you're older, like double, triple of this 11-year-old girl, then upon hearing the great work, the miracles of Cheonshim Won special visual devotion, you're still not offering devotion in Cheonshim Won, like you're sleeping. I cannot sleep. You cannot sleep then, when all these people who ended this visual devotion, when they come up to the sleeping area, they're like, I cannot sleep. Then heaven looking upon you guys from spiritual world, what would they say? Won't they accuse you about this kind of things you're doing now? So our spiritual beings are following the ones who are offering devotion in earth. So what if our gate guard from spiritual world says your descendant is not offering devotion, then you cannot come inside this heaven. So we have to offer devotion so our ancestors can be mobilized. So one of our pastors who shared his or her testimony have realized how lacking, how many shortcomings he or she has. All these figures can work. True Father Hyojim Heng진 Daemonim can work. So he's gonna offer devotion with that heart, with her heart. Then Russia can be peaceful. I believe so. I firmly believe. Our special missionary Kim Sang-seok gave a Hyojong report. Gave report about the historical story, and when he went there, even after death, they're not gonna forget heaven's grace. So our blessed family, elder blessed families, are never forgetting the grace of heaven. And also our President Park, who passed away, also our Kim Yo-yul, Peter, Peter Kim, all our elder members, we can resonate with them even though they passed away. When they're alive, and even though they passed away, they're returning the grace, joy, and love for true parents. So we should be the ones who can get rid of resentment of heavenly parent, true parents. And we are never going to forget the grace of heaven. So the victory of people alive are the victory of people who are dead. And our failure in earth is also failure in spiritual world. So if we fail to attend true mother, all our spiritual beings in the spiritual world, they're going to weep tears. They're going to cry that this failure is our failure. So Umsong Church, there are 21 of them who joined 584th Cheonshim Won Special Visual Devotion. So there are two general 40-day workshop, 2 spirituality workshop, and also Heavenly Top Gun, and also a mission for heavenly United States, and also one of them are in a heavenly assembly. Let us give a round of applause for our Umsang Church. That was presented in our Hyojong report. So any church which is bigger than Umsang Church, you should be cautious. So after night visual, they're offering condition for an hour. Then how can they do that? This is amazing Cheongsong, amazing miracle of I bless you, Umsang Church. It's 40-day workshop. They did a closing ceremony today. The training center is a place where we can feel the love of living God with spirit and truth for 40 days. For 40 days, it's going to develop to the fullest. Can feel the spiritual word, and we can liberate and separate the spiritual evil energy, the evil spirits. And this is a place of where we can be rebirthed, resurrected. The 40-day period is a time where we can be reverted and resurrected. Aju? So this 40-day training workshop, this is the place where heaven, a spiritual word, is looking upon. So this is Cheonju Cheonbo Surenon, HJ Heaven and Earth Cheonbo Training Center. So all the spiritual beings who came down to us who are alive, so they're listening to the lectures and joining us in the activities in our 40-day, the spiritual being. That is why spiritual word is so. And True Father gave a closing remark for our 40-day training. Do you believe that? It's unbelievable, right? If you cannot believe this, as a subject and object partner, the spiritual word and the object partner, the Family Pledge 5 is, we're just reciting it, but reciting Family Pledge 5 as a subject and object partners, the spirit word and this physical word are like walking towards this unification, and you're not believing the spiritual message. And I don't have time to make up this kind of spiritual message. Like, how can I do this? I'm such a busy man. Then when I open my eyes, it's like, oh, this is time to give a speech, main message for a special visual devotion. How can I make up this kind of revelation? How can I do this? Congratulations. You people, what have you learned for 40 days? The love of God, the love of true parents, the love of Holy Mother Han. you should have felt the love of them. If you have felt it strongly, you have gained victory for 40-day workshop. So the internal certification of 40-day workshop is the people who have strongly felt the love of God and true parents. So centering on true love, we're here to look for our original homeland. That is the starting of our family pledge. It's not just reciting with our lips, but rather centering on true love. So internally, if you felt the love of God, the true love, that's a certification. So for 40 days, this 40-day period is to separate all these evil spirits, look for your ideal state of being for your oneself. And this is the time to restore the original relationship between me and God. Separation of Satan. So 40-day period, we're separating Satan. We are to cast away all the evil energies and separate Satan. And after doing so, you can check. You can be in an original state of mind. The original relationship between God and me is the relationship between a parent of child. This is a place where you can feel the original relationship. So after 40-day period of separating Satan, if you cannot set up the condition, it's going to be prolonged to 4 years. It might be prolonged to 400 years. Like 40 years left to. You cannot separate the Satan. You're going to be controlled by Satan. If you don't separate them within this period, the Satan's going to be, the heaven's going to be looking upon you. Then, is this what you have been wanted for? If you cannot separate it in your lifetime, then your descendants have to separate this Satan. So this 40-day period is so important to separate Satan. You have to gain victory from this. So if you look at the providence of restoration, 40 is the number of separating Satan. 40 years. It's going to be prolonged if you fail to do so. So if you didn't participate like wholeheartedly, you should participate once again wholeheartedly the 40-day workshop. Like after 40-day workshop, you still have the disbelief. You still have fallen nature within yourself. Then, like the depression, all these bad energies, that's from the central of spirit. You could not even separate them. Don't believe you have fought just alone. You are not alone. I was there for you, and your ancestors, as good spirits, were there for you, helping you guys. So you didn't fight alone. You didn't fight alone, but all the spiritual beings were with you. Your ancestors. For now, even this time, true father and ancestors are being with us tonight. You just heard from one of our brother, then our ancestor in dream, like lift his head high. So our spiritual word is watching, like if this heavenly tribal Messiah is offering this condition, you should. Have you ever felt the love of spiritual word, the invisible love of God? So what you felt during the 40-day workshop, this is going to be the foundation of your life. So once you go back to your respective church, your respective regions, you have to practice what you have learned, the love of God. So when you went back to respective places, when you fell down and when your heart is low, come back to Cheonshim Won, offer devotion. The field of practice will start from now on. This is the day. This is the day where it begins. The practice of true parents' word, the practice of what you have learned, the practice of your teachings. So you must feel the miracle of prayer being established, substantialized. So you should testify the love and the miracles of Holy Mother Han. We have to give the love. We have to return the grace. We have to be the filial sons and daughters. We have to be the shield and barrier. We have to be the shield for true mother. So let us give a big round of applause for true father who have gave this precious revelation. Tonight, we have read such amazing kundok. So after 6,000 years, the first advent of the only begotten daughter have came down to the earth. We have to attend the only begotten daughter. We should believe, and we are here to gain the fortune of 6,000 years. But if you have this belief to the only begotten daughter, the 6,000 years of history, the resentment will be there. After 4,000 years, the only begotten Son of God was disbelieved. Then 2,000 years after Abraham, our Israelites, after the heavens rage came down to Israelites, they had to pay indemnity for 2,000 years. So, same history won't be repeated into us, to chosen people, looking upon us. Heaven's heart, the heart of our parent, looking upon us, blinded. Tears cannot be gone for us.
공직에 있는 사람은 발을 편히 뻗고 자지 못합니다. 마음 놓고 밥 한 그릇 못 먹는 것입니다. 그런 처지를 지내오면서 별의별 말을 다 들었지만 변명을 안 했습니다.
So our chairman just read the Hundok, what you have read tonight, and this is what we have to do. Even though we are rejected, persecuted. If you think the persecution and a tear of God, what we are feeling today is such a light.
지금은 우리가 정말 어려운 때입니다. 어려울 때 어떻게 해야 되는가? 오늘 본문 말씀에 또 있습니다.
How should we do
하늘 부모님을 중심 삼고 절대
at the more in difficult times? We must center on God with absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience. In these times of difficulties, to enter a position of zero self, centering on the perfect subjection, a subject is like this. When the sun shines, if one stands at the exact vertical point, no shadow is cast. At noon, standing under the sunlight, there's no shadow. When the sun is its highest point, there's no shadow. When there's no shadow, from there something new can be born. This is because one has entered the zero position. So what is most needed? Is for Heavenly and true parents, Holy Mother Han, the absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience, the high noon. So they're going to bestow upon us the grace and wisdom to us. So in attended garden cafe, they received this wisdom and made new menu. So if you're in a position of like vacancy, if you're in a place where you empty yourself, heaven's work will be there.
실패했더라도 걱정을 하지 않고 믿으면 그 사람은 차원 높은 데서 자리를 잡는 것입니다.
A person who lives while worrying there is end in failure. However, even if one fails, if they do not worry, then the person will establish themselves in a higher dimension.
그 부정당하는 자리에서는 낮았던 것이 더 높은 차원에서 이루어지게 됩니다.
If one does not worry, then in another dimension, a higher level development takes place.
차원에서 이루어진다는 것입니다. 그 세상이 우리를 부정하면
So even though words persecute us,
우리 교회가 아닙니다.
this is our church is not gonna fall, is not gonna collapse if they reject, deny us. We're gonna be in a higher dimension. Our hope, our teachings will be in a world level, in a cosmic level.
이번에 이 어려움을 딛고 일어나게 되는
So upon this foundation of overcoming this persecution and adversity, we can set a foundation to restore a nation and restore a world. So believe in these words.
부정당할수록 더 높은 차원에서 이루어지도록 강력하게 섭리하시는 전지전능하신 하늘 부모님.
Believe in God, the Almighty God who works in a place where if we are, the more we are rejected, the more heaven's God will be there. So absolute obedience, absolute love, and absolute faith. We can see from the history, from the Moses providence, we have seen that this belief led to the prolongation of providence of restoration. And you have seen from the providence of Jesus, the Israelites have never offered the absolute love, obedience, and faith towards Jesus. So the history has been prolonged. So we are here to serve true parents, our elder members who have put their lives on to serve, attend true parents. All these elder blessed family members who have made so sacrifice. So our second and third generations are here to offering their lives. And there are 4,300. We have the earthly monarch butterfly corp where we're offering devotion here in this place. So the dramatic change and miracles will happen. No one can stop us. The sovereignty can't stop us. The sovereignty changes upon the history, but the work of God is forever eternal. The eternal work of Heavenly Father and true Father is eternal, and the Holy Mother Han, Heavenly Mother, so is eternal. The love and power is eternal. So let us offer devotion and prayer tonight so our devotion can reach to the sky tonight. Thank you for that amazing main message. Let us give big round of applause for our now it's time to